Bedrock is an online program with Michael Farinloye, your engineer on radio. And on this program, engineer Michael Farinloye, your engineer on radio, and other building professionals will come together to provide solutions to issues that are related to construction, engineering, real estate, security, and built environment in general, with the intention of some people live and work in a safe, conducive, and comfortable environment. Join us on Facebook Live every Friday by 4 p.m. on the Bedrock with Michael Farinloye Facebook page. For sponsorship and adverts or inquiries, please call 070-31-37-37-69. Once again, 070-31-37-37-69. The Bedrock on Facebook Live. Join us now and learn from building professionals.
Good evening to all our viewers across the globe. I welcome you to another edition of your podcast. The favorite podcast, that's The Bedrock with Michael Farinloye. What a beautiful Friday again. For the sake of those who are listening to us for the first time, this is a podcast where we discuss the issues that are related to built environment, and we also give solutions to those issues. And not only that, we also enlighten and educate our people on business trends, latest business trends in built environment. That is how we do it every Friday like this, 4 p.m. West African time. So you are all welcome to this very beautiful edition. I remain my humble self, Michael Omowale Farinloye, your engineer on radio. Today we want to discuss a topic I call plumbing design can significantly reduce wastage in building construction. That is the topic of discussion on this episode today. Plumbing design can significantly reduce wastage in building construction. Why are we treating this topic at this very particular moment? Is because we have the intention of enlightening our followers, our viewers, on ways you can spend less when you are building your houses, and you still have a safe and stable structure by reducing wastage during construction. Yes, that's why we are bringing this very topic at this very moment, because it's one of the ways we can reduce spending more costs on our building when we are constructing it. And we also have some other ways. In subsequent episodes, we will still talk more about other ways in which we can reduce cost when building our houses and still have a safe, like I said, a safe and stable structure. So for today, we are going to be considering plumbing design can significantly reduce wastage in building construction. And I have with me already an expert in that line. Is not new on this episode, this podcast, is not new at all. He's an expert in this line that we want to discuss this very moment. And he's a current registered mechanical engineer. He's a professional in building services. And he is also the CEO, Dolladem Engineering Limited. It's no other person but Engineer Olani Uraola. Engineer, you are welcome on today's episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, without wasting our time, let's quickly go into the business of the day. When we are talking about plumbing design, maybe we should start from there so that the non-professionals that are listening to us, that are watching us, can really get what we really mean by plumbing design, because so many don't even know there is anything we call plumbing design. So let's start from there. What do we mean by plumbing design?
Thank you, Engineer Michael. When you look at it, the plumbing design has to do with the process of supplying water into your building and for usage, and also the removal of waste from your building. So in the plumbing design, it will give you the details on how you can transfer the water into your building. Likewise, on how you can easily evacuate the waste from your building. As we all know, water is important to life, and every building without water supply is inhabitable. So, and water supply doesn't just mean just ordinary water supply. It has to be a quality water supply. And when you use this water, you can store water, the used water in your building as well. So you need to move them out. So in that aspect, you also need to design another system that will transport or remove the used water with uh, other substance in it to remove it from your building for your headache level. So plumbing design is paramount, is so important in building services. Thank you.
Oh, engineer, thank you so much. So to recap what you have just said, that means is just putting ways and trying to explain how those pipes that will bring in clean water for usage, and it will also take out waste water from the building. So the way all these pipes should be laid is what we call plumbing design. Am I right?
Correct.
So in a nutshell, bringing in water, then taking out waste water, bringing in a clean water, then taking out the waste water. And because so many people look at it as, especially when you put it down in a diagrammatic form, they always look at it as if there is nothing just too big in that. But me, I want to believe a lot, as a professional, a lot of work has been done, a lot of calculation has been done to be able to arrive at size of pipe to use, the way to take it along, then how to join, what to join it to, then the type of tank and the rest like that. I think I'm saying your mind.
Yeah, correct. And when
Okay.
you look at it, the plumbing design is beyond just get any pipe of your choice and
Okay.
then ask maybe a skilled person that maybe artisan to just lay your pipe in your building. No, it's beyond that. There's engineering in plumbing design, which has to do with standard and code. There are standard and code that you have to follow for you to have a good design in your building. And as we are looking at it in the way it will save cost in the building. Now, a proper design, you have to look at it in terms of cost value. Is it economical? Now, also, you have to look at it in long-time maintenance. Is it easy to maintain? You also have to look at it in efficiency. That is, that system, is it able to deliver adequate water supply you need in that your building? You see some people, there's a place that a building that I visited, I think during the course of the week. When I got there, it's just like a mini estate. Uh, Let me just say we have about 10 to two-bedroom flats. I look at the volume of the water storage, which is overhead tank. Then again, the diameter of the pipe that supply the building, that is from their overhead tank. And I look at the numbers of the occupants that this water is serving. From a little judgment, uh, I discovered that they will have problem of water supply because
Mm.
it's one floor building. So just one story building. They will have challenge in water supply by the time the whole flat is occupied. And then at what we call peak load hour, residential building where you have workers, the children that will go to school, that early morning hour, maybe between the hour of 6:30 to 8:30, everybody they rush to use water, either to bathe, to do some house and job. So you discover that by the time all these people request for this water on their various appliances or fixture, you discover that some of them will complain of the pressure, some of them will complain of the low flow rates.
Mm.
Why? Because the design is not there.
Mm.
You just put this also diameter just like that. The design is not there. But when you do a proper design, you put into consideration all those things that I've mentioned before you
Okay.
can size your pipe. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Attaching value to a pipe is beyond just, I've seen it, they've done it somewhere in one building. Then let me copy and paste and do the same in my building. No, everybody water demand in each building is different. So an expert, which is a building services engineer, he will be able to guide you properly how you have an adequate water supply. So in that process, you discover that if you have a good design, it will reduce your cost in your building.
So, engineer,
Now,
sorry, before you go on, like structural engineer now, structural design now, for example, we have our different reinforcement, for example, sizes and so on and so forth. So, also in plumbing design, what you are telling us now is that some of those pipes in the design, you have sizes. It will have sizes. After necessary calculation and rules have been considered and your calculation has been done, you apportion sizes to those pipes. That's how it will be on the design. So apart from pipes, any other things that we find on the what do you call it, the plumbing design, just for the sake
yeah,
of our
again,
our
that is
our viewers, so that they will really know, at least to some extent, details of what the plumbing design is going to entail.
yeah. In plumbing design, just as I've mentioned before, you have the water supply and
Yes.
also you have the drainage system. Now,
Mhm.
in the drainage system, if it's not also adequately sized, you discover that you have also problem of blockage or oversizing, that is using bigger pipe that you are not supposed to use, or you are not using the right uh, pipe for your system. So when you look at it, also the plumbing design will also help you to know the route of your pipe layout in your building, because you
Okay.
have a drawing that will show you that this pipe pass through this place as so distance, as so length through this wall. It will show you that, okay, this wall is carrying your pipe. So whosoever that want to work, maybe probably in future in that particular area, we'll be able to look out through the drawings and know that no, I need to be careful in cutting wall here, or I need to
Okay.
be careful in
There is a
putting
pipe. There is a pipe inside that wall.
pipe
This is
out
where it is being laid.
out there.
Okay.
So the plumbing design will show you the position of your pipe in your building.
Especially with this conduit of a house
Yes,
structure that
conduit.
we are used to now. Okay.
We're able to guide you. Then again, when you have your
That's when it comes to maintenance. It should be easy to do
maintenance,
necessary
it will be easy
maintenance.
to know to do necessary maintenance. Exactly. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So also when you come to your from your layout as well, you'll be able to know maybe the system is going to be effective in terms of efficiency or no, at what you are designing. So to also give you the clue of, oh, this is what I'm designing. And also it will help you in material selection.
Okay.
You know, in market these days, we have different type of material. Many people, they don't know the difference. They don't go to market and get me this. And we have a lot of adulterated material in the market. So a plumbing engineer will help you to select the right material so that you can have value for your money. So a material, you know, that will last long. You see some people, they will just go and get material. Now, let me give an example. In this common pipe that people used to use, UPVC or PVC pipe.
Yeah.
They have limit of strength. You understand? They have limit of strength. Then again, the manufacturer, some of them didn't follow the standard of manufacturing that pipe.
Yeah.
So an engineer will be able to tell you that this so UPVC pipe or PVC pipe with this so standard, that is what you should purchase. So when you go to market, what you look at is the standard. So you'll be able to differentiate between the quality pipe and the fake.
That's a material selection.
Material selection. So your designer will help you to save costs. Because if you don't know, you will buy fake material at the same rate.
Exactly, with the original materials. Okay.
So because you don't know and then nobody guides you, so you just go and pick what you want.
But with the design, exactly, it will spell out that. Okay. And the details. One of the details is the type of pipes. That very type of pipes.
Use,
okay.
And how you will know the original.
Okay.
How you know the original material. So when you have the plumbing design, it will help you in that. Again, when we look at how this thing save cost again in terms of the water quality, because if take in contaminated water, it will affect your health. And likewise, this material that we are also talking about contaminates your water, because some of them with time, there are some of the elements that will dissolve inside the water. So you see how the reason why you need an engineer to help you to make choice of your material selection.
As you're talking of those pipes.
As you're talking about, yes.
Okay.
Help you to make material selection for a quality pipe that is designed for drinking water. It's not all the pipe that is designed for drinking water. So the designer will help you to select the quality pipe that is designed for your drinking water.
So apart from even saving costs, even our health is another thing we should consider. So with the plumbing design. It will help us to select the right materials that will give us a good water supply that will not affect our health.
Quality water supply that will not affect your head.
Okay.
Because you are part of the building. That's the occupant. If you are spending
No, the building and every part of the building is for the occupant now. It's not the building that is going to use himself. So whatever you put in the building, whatever the building entails is for the occupant to be able to function well. So if the occupant don't function well, if the building don't function well, the occupant won't function well. You can go on, engineer.
Yes. Again, you can also add the value to your building. You understand?
Okay.
Let's say maybe you want to rent your apartment out. You want to sell your property. So if your plumbing system is bad, it will reduce the value of that
property.
Of that property. So you can see that whatever you are doing on your property, maybe that's your building. The plumbing design will enhance the value of that property. But nobody wants to come and take over a house that you look at your wall is soaked. You look at your wall, especially that toilet area and the kitchen area where you have water supply, everywhere has been dilapidated. So the value will reduce.
Edina, before you move on, this point you just made, maybe we should quickly enlighten our people a little more. The reason why I'm saying this, very recently we dropped a post on the Bedrock with Michael Farnley, where we have a wall around the toilet area and it's a conduit, so the pipes are inside the wall. But you discover from that pictures that was put in that post, it was wet. Our people can check the picture on one of our posts just very recently. We drop it on the Facebook page. So it was very wet. So from what we have just tell us, although some people have made some comment there, and one of my QS Adefila made a comment, yes, and one other plumbing technician also made a comment talking about that the two comment are leakage of pipes, which we are just saying same thing. Even recently also, I also met a professional too, a technician, sorry, and he also talks about that issue that so many people are finding it not easy with it. And we purposely drop that picture and that post just because I know something like this is coming up and we'll be able to also enlighten our people on it. So with what we have just given us now, if we have a good plumbing design and we follow it strictly to have the necessary materials, right materials being in place, we will definitely win that battle of having wet walls because it's very common. Although it's not only pipes anyway. At times it might be tiles. Maybe we don't have enough finishings on those walls and water splashes on it, so it becomes soaked. But majorly, let me use that English, permit me to use that English. Majorly is the pipes inside the wall. So maybe you have more things to say about that.
Engineer, so you just like what you have just said, look at most of what these buildings are having problem. Just ask them one question. Maybe did they carry out hydrostatic test?
From here.
They don't carry it out. Even if they carry it out, they don't know at what pressure are they supposed to perform the test. So
Mm.
you don't know, but you have a good design, your design will spell all those things out.
Mm-hmm.
So your
Okay.
your working pressure, you understand. Then if you are using a solvent joint, the type of the solvent you're supposed to use.
Okay.
Some people normally come.
Gone. Let's use language that is commonly understand by our people.
Or if you are using welding fusion, the
Okay.
type of equipment or tools or devices you're supposed to use, and at what temperature you are performing this operation. So in your design, all these things will be spelled out.
Spell out. Okay.
Uh, then it also guide you in wasting of your material. You know, sometimes I have so many example. Somebody just call a plumber, and plumber will just come. He say, okay, you have to buy so number of elbow, so number of T, so number of this kind of. You know, in plumbing we have different kind of fittings.
Mm-hmm. This fitting,
But
that
when you have your
fittings, just begin to count
then they will
numbers
buy and they will buy fittings that they will not use.
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, they will not
You
use
know,
it.
you know, you know,
So
you know,
when
you
you
know,
have your
become, you now
design,
become a charity home at the end of the day. Because
and
Babalagaja
this
needs
fitting
needs
they are
rent,
not
you
cheap.
give him
Yeah. No, they will not even give you. It will become their own part of their own
property
money
at the end of the
because
day.
you don't understand.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
You
you're
don't
right.
understand. So they will pay away with those. By the time you calculate the money you spend in getting all this material,
Mm.
it's not a small
When there is no design for it,
amount of money.
and
But your
assuming the
design,
plumbing
when
design
there's
is
no design
there,
for
assuming the plumbing design
so
is there, it
your
will
design will show
specify
you where you need all those
all those fittings and
fittings.
those materials.
So you can count it
Mm.
by yourself, and it also help our colleague. There's a quantity surveyor as
Okay,
well
yes.
to also know
Prepare
the
the
price of
bill
the
out,
material
the material
rather than to
schedule.
just summarize or just give a lump sum to
Mm.
it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the design is, in building services, there's so many things that you may not be able to determine when to use it.
Okay.
But your design will guide you. If you have a proper design, it will guide you when to use it, which area you need it, the size you need. So you see, when you have a good plumbing design, it has a lot, great advantage in saving
Engineer,
costs. Really.
before we go on, I want us to take a very short break now so that our people can start sending in their comments. And if you are just joining us, I've been engaging in discussion with our guest for today. He is a professional in building services. He is a Korean registered mechanical engineer. He is the CEO Daladem Engineering Limited. That's the person of Olaneye Wuraola. Thank you for being there since the beginning of this very episode, engineer. And after this short break, you will still be with us, at least to the concluding parts of this very episode. So if you are still with us, you can start sending in your comments. If you have any comments, you have questions, you have contributions, feel free to send. And like we usually say, this episode, for example, I'm very sure you are benefiting one way or the other. For some minutes, we have started on taking this very today's podcast. So try as much as possible and share it so that others can also benefit from what we are creating today. Talking about plumbing design can significantly reduce wastage in building construction. If you can see from the point of what our engineers have been saying for some minutes now, a lot of ways you can really see that you can save costs through reducing your wastage in building construction. So I want to go in on a very short break now. When we return, we go into the concluding part of this episode, the bedrock with Michael Fanloye. I still remain my humble self, Michael Omowale Fanloye, your engineer on radio. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a jiffy.
The Bedrock is an online program with Michael Farinloye, your engineer on radio. And on this program, engineer Michael Farinloye, your engineer on radio, and other building professionals will come together to provide solutions to issues that are related to construction, engineering, real estate, security, and built environment in general, with the intention of some people live and work in a safe, conducive, and comfortable environment. Join us on Facebook Live every Friday by 4 p.m. on The Bedrock with Michael Farinloye Facebook page. For sponsorship and adverts or inquiries, please call 070-31-37-37-69. Once again, 070-31-37-37-69. The Bedrock on Facebook Live. Join us now and learn from building professionals. Tegri Associate Limited is a registered company with the capacity to give you the best of services. Tegri Associates Limited in a wide range of areas ranging from design, costing, construction, site supervision, development and delivery of homes and public infrastructures. Our team of construction professionals offers a single source solution for all construction related needs, be it restoration, site preparation, facility or infrastructure renovation and the likes. We are also into real estate. We have the experience and personnel to provide the highest quality construction on schedule and within budget. We support clients from project inception to the commissioning of the fully operational facility, transforming clients' dreams into reality, and offer deep professional advices in arriving at the best possible results. Client satisfaction is our ultimate goal, and we serve with integrity and focus. Tegri Associate Limited is registered with CAC red number 6978970 and office 30 Olufemi Ajayi Street, College Bus Stop, Ifakwijaye, Lagos State. Osun State Office, House 31, Ifesowapo Quarters, Zone 6, Agric, Opa, Ilefe, Osun State. Telephone 091-6619-3114. Website www.tegriassociateltd.com.ng.
Yes, we are back from that short break. You are still on to the podcast, The Bedrock with Michael Fanloye. I still remain my humble self, Michael Omowale Fanloye, your engineer on radio. And by the grace of God, I still have my guests in the house this very evening. That's the person of engineer Olani Uraola, who is a registered mechanical engineer and is a specialist, an expert in building services. He has been talking to us for some minutes now about ways we can reduce our wastage in building construction if you have a plumbing design. That's why we call the topic. Plumbing design can significantly reduce wastage in building construction. And so far, so good now. He has really enlightened us and put us through and show us so many ways we can save a lot of cost when we have a plumbing design done for us before we go ahead without building construction. Maybe I should quickly recap some points he has made when he was talking the other time. He talks about the choice of right size and quality materials like pipes, tank, etc. He also tells us that this design will guide us, guide the peers to help us to do correct material quantity so that you don't buy what you don't need. And at the end of the day, you just buy something on ground and you are not using it. At the end of everything, it's the plumber that will go away with it. I'm sorry, let's no one take offense in that, but it's usually happening. So with plumbing design, you're able to overcome this, which will reduce your cost. It will also help you to make your building well functional in terms of installing your building water supply pipe, water waste pipe, and other fittings that goes with it in the right position. So if you have the design, you know where to put so pipe, you know where to put so fittings, you know where to put the tanks, you know at what elevation the tank should be, and so on and so forth. It also let us know that it will guide us when it's time to maintain our buildings. And I've had this experience in the past where we wanted to do a correction where we are seeing leakages in slabs. So is this a building that is already being put into use? So at the end of the day, we find everywhere, we break walls. In short, it is only the beams and the slab they've not started breaking when I have to leave for another thing. And what's the reason for this? We are just doing trial and error because there is no design for it. Assuming there is a plumbing design, we'll be able to go straight that from this wall to this wall in so meter, there is a pipe according to the design. So we just go straight to there, go straight there and make any correction that needs to be done. This is one of the things that our guests have rightly tell us about the benefit if we have a plumbing design. He also talks about it will help us to maintain a good health because of right materials you use, and so on and so forth. So I just take my time to be able to run through this so that all what we have been saying for some minutes now, you will be able to get it in summary. But let me take us back to our guest. Maybe he has some additional things he wants to put to what we have been talking for some time now. So, engineer, you are welcome back on the podcast, The Bedrock with Michael Faraday.
Thank you. Thank you, the viewers. I hope so far so good. You are able to get one or two things that will make you to value uh, your plumbing system in your own house. Uh, at this junction, let me just chip in a little thing that most of the clients run away from. It comes from my own experience. Uh, some people, when they engage the services of engineer to do the design for them, and the engineer finishes design, they don't know the kind of stress that he has to pass through, the kind of thinking, the kind of consultation that he has made before before he will be able to package all the idea and then be able to interpret it or represent it on a plain sheet. So some of them, by mere looking at that sheet, they will just discover that what is there is as simple as
anything.
as anything. But there's a lot of technicalities that have gone into that document that you are seeing in your hand. And again, if you have your design, it's also a document. It's part of your building document, legally backed up. It's strong, especially when you have a design sealed by engineer, which means it has been satisfied that whatever information you have on this document is valid. You can take it to any level. And there's one secret, one advantage of it. If peradventure your system fail, the first thing you look into is the design. Is design done in a standard way? If it is not done in a standard way, then your designer can be responsible for whatever damage or whatever loss from it. You can see now the responsibility is being shifted to the designer in such a way. Now, again, if you look at it, okay, the design meets all the standards and the criteria, fine. You look at it, is this document correctly interpreted during the installation stage?
Did they do the right thing that is in the documents? Is that what they did on site?
Is that what they interpret on site? Is that what they, put on ground? The document will guide you, because if you don't have this document, you will not be able to scrutinize or vet whatever is on site, or inspect whatever on site. Yeah, you can have, anybody can do anything for you. There's no document to back it up. But when you have your design, is a document that will back it up. You'll be able to look at your design. Oh, this is what is inside this, and this design is done to the standard. Then you now look at it. Okay, this person that I engage to do the other part, to follow this design, is it rightly interpreted? You check. So if not, you know who to hold responsible. Then again, you also look at your material based on the specification from the designer. Is it the right material they buy for you? Forget about the years of your installation. When problem comes, you can go back to your design that will guide you to enable you to know where the fault comes from. Then you know who to hold responsible for the value of the money being paid. Then again, if you want to do maintenance, the same document will also guide you, whosoever in charge of the maintenance, to know what to do, where to touch, and how to carry out the maintenance. So from your design, the engineer can also give you your maintenance plan. So all these things put together will help you to guide you out. So when you look at it, from the document you are seeing, the person preparing that document, or the person that prepared the document, has gone through a lot of things before he was able to arrive at those whatever he put on the
Engineer, volume.
whatever I put on the paper. So, and mind you as well, he will never joke with his certification, which is his registration. Because the body he belongs to, either the Nigerian Society of Engineers or the COREN, that's the regulating body of engineering in Nigeria. So you can sue the designer if what he has done does not meet the standard. And these people will punish the engineer. So you see that putting all these things together, your designer, which is an engineer, will put all his best to do your work.
So no engineer wants to be punished. So definitely a qualified engineer will do the right thing.
You will not allow what you have been building for years.
For years, decades.
Decades. And because of one job, you lost it all. So it's not easy. So because the professional has something to protect, his name is there. Is the seal, that is the registration number, is there. The practicing license is there. Now putting all together, now where many people run away, why many people run away from design is sometimes they will look at it.
Engineer volume.
They will say design is expensive. So that's why some people run away from it. But vis-a-vis, if you look at what you will gain, compare with what you will pay, you will discover that you are more, you are saving cost in your construction, because a lot of information that this person will give to you will enable you to save either initial running course or future course. So it is better. I will advise our our viewers to always engage professionals. Don't think of the money or whatever the charges you are paying to get their input. It's worth it. To look at it, what they will charge you
It's little.
is negotiable.
It's even little. At the end of the day, compared to what you are going to waste. What you are going to waste if you don't do this thing.
There's let me see. There's one hotel that somebody called me. What happened was the client engaged our services. So people sometimes they will get idea from different people that are not professional. So this during the course of the work, we don't know how we got information from some people just deceive him as if he's wasting money on hire the qualified people to build his structure. Now, he called me not quite long. What happened? There's a lot of issue on that building. Because when we discover, we rather protect our integrity rather than to, rather than to be with him without following the normal due process in terms of you don't want to pay. That in a nutshell, we don't want to pay for our services. So we have to withdraw from that project. So as you have his way, the trend. He went ahead, engage another team, and they finish up the work. Now he's having a lot of issue on that building. So he has to call me back to help me check. So when I got there, see,
please, engineer.
I was telling you this and this and that. I was telling you this and this, and that. That these are the things that you need to put in place. This. But you think that the information we are giving you is just cheap or probably is expensive for you. But now you're spending more to do the correction.
To do the correction.
Spending more to do the correction. Because of the issue on ground now, you can put people cannot lodge where they have serious
issue with their plumbing.
The plumbing is there.
The
structural
aspect is there.
I'm not talking about the strength of the building.
Okay.
We're able to take it from the foundation to the last floor. So, but the way he end up with is a block work and the plaster, other finishing, and other finishings is so poor. So those are the things that many people don't value when you see an engineer doing work for you. So I will advise our viewer, please, anytime you want to do any projects, engage professionals. They will help you bring out the best. It's something that when they finish, you yourself will be happy seeing it. So thank you.
Engineer, thank you so much. But before we leave you and we come to the end of this very episode, I want to ask, we have been talking about professional. I want you to tell our viewers and our followers, who is that professional that is to be in charge, of making this plumbing design, so that those watching us will know who to go to. Because it might be funny, or some people might be thinking it's a plumber that needs to do it for them. Okay, let me just get a plumber. Let it sketch. Because at times they look at it's very unfortunate. I think we have maybe subsequent times we find a way of showing our people, maybe on our pages or on our YouTube channel, so that they can see how a plumbing design looks like, the outcome at the end of the day after the whole thing has been done. Because some people don't know. Some people might think it's just a sketch. Okay, pipe will enter here, pipe goes this way, it goes this way. You understand? They might think it's schedule. Maybe a plumber just sketch something to them. They will tell you, I've done Nijari, I did design for my listening to. So I want you to tell our viewers who is the professional in charge of this.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good question because uh, say a square peg for a square
Square hole
and a round peg for
or a
a
round
round
hole.
hole. So you can put a square peg in the round hole. We have the issue.
Problem. Yeah.
You scratch the hole or you scratch the
peg.
peg itself. So in engineering, we have different fields, and everybody in their field specialize on one particular area or the other. Now, the people that are responsible for plumbing design, the engineer, is mechanical engineer.
Volume, please, engineer.
Is the people that are responsible for the plumbing design, they are the mechanical engineers.
Mechanical engineer. Yeah, okay.
Mechanical engineer. Then in mechanical engineers, not all the mechanical engineers.
Okay. Thank you.
Is the people that specialize in building services.
Like you.
Yeah. So my area of specialization is
buildings. We have some other ways too. Automobile, okay. Thank you. Apart from automobile, which other areas again?
I want to go and design process plants. So I want to go and design process plants. So there are areas of specialization that you as a professional, you get the specialist. That's what we call specialist. Everybody will specialize in one area of your discipline. So it is good to look for a mechanical engineer. So in other words, out of the whole engineering body that we have, then we've already cut out to know who to go, who to meet, rather, to know who to meet. That is, mechanical engineer is the one in charge. Then meeting a mechanical engineer, the next question is this person specialized in building services or just a mechanical engineer maybe specialized in production or other area of the mechanical engineering. So, okay, person specialized in building services. So that is the right person to engage in your for your design. So you engage mechanical engineer that is specialized
in building services. A mechanical engineer that is specialized in building services. I think I love that. It's just like a civil engineer too. You have those that are specialized in structural aspects. We have those who are into geotechnical aspects. We have those who are into highway and so on and so forth. That's why I love engineering. It's a very, very beautiful profession. So thank you so much. So far, so good, engineer. Our viewers at home, wherever you are watching us, can you now see that all these that our guests have helped us to know today? In short, it will help us a long way. It will help us so much to be able to save a lot of costs. Like you have rightly said, comparing it with what you are going to pay a professional mechanical engineer who is specialized in building services. You will have to see what you will gain at the end of the day. If he helps you to get a plumbing design for that your building. I won't say much thing again because we have said a lot. So I will just say that be wise. Be wise. Once again, be wise. So, engineer Wurala Olaniyi, engineer Olaniyi Wurala is a registered foreign mechanical engineer. He is specialized in building service. That's why we are having him to talk to us on what we have been discussing so far. So good for some minutes now, talking about plumbing design. How it can help us to reduce wastage in building construction. Thank you so much for coming on this very podcast for today. Thank you so much. I want to seriously appreciate you because he's a very busy person. It took me, I know the number of weeks I've been chasing him all about before I was able to get him today. I so much appreciate him. He's a friend, and he's a very good colleague, and he's somebody that knows his onions. And don't let me say much on that because if I continue to read out this thing is in pages. So, engineer, once again, thanks for coming on this podcast. And I believe whenever we call on you, you will always be there for us because you have really enlightened us so much on plumbing design today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, our viewers, our followers, throughout the globe, we want to appreciate you for joining us on this podcast for today again. And we so much appreciate you because we are there. That's why we are here saying this that we are saying, enlightening our people about issues and giving solutions in built environment. And keep on sending your comments. And please share this episode as much as possible so that others too will also benefit. It will go a long way in solving so much problems that we usually have in built environment. And I also want to encourage those our viewers who are not yet our followers. Go ahead and follow us on our Facebook page. That's the Bedrock with Market Finally. And on our YouTube channel too. Subscribe to it, the Bedrock with Market Finally, to get more updates. And don't forget, next Friday we'll also be here again for another episode of this podcast, the Bedrock with Market Finally, 4 p.m. West African time. And you can also DM us on our Facebook page if you need any professional advice. We will surely get in touch with you. So once again, thanks for joining us today. Till we meet next Friday again, I remain my humble self, Michael Omowale Finally, your engineer on radio, saying bye for now.
The Bedrock is an online program with Michael Farinloye, your engineer on radio. And on this program, engineer Michael Farinloye, your engineer on radio, and other building professionals will come together to provide solutions to issues that are related to construction, engineering, real estate, security, and built environment in general, with the intention of some people live and work in a safe, conducive, and comfortable environment. Join us on Facebook Live every Friday by 4 p.m. on The Bedrock with Michael Farinloye Facebook page. For sponsorship and adverts or inquiries, please call 070-31-37-37-69. Once again, 070-31-37-37-69. The Bedrock on Facebook Live. Join us now and learn from building professionals.